Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 93-88 victory against the Philadelphia 76ers, Ryker. This game was an absolute thriller. Came down the stretch and my heart was throbbing. I'm not in the middle of the screen here, but how are we feeling about this game right now, Ryker?
This is the championship matchup, Ben, right? This is top of the East, not actually in standings, but my opinion, this is the best team in the Eastern Conference right now. So to play defense the way they did, to ice the games despite horrendous clutch free throw shooting, special evening. You know, you recover from a loss against the dud Lakers and beat the Philadelphia 76ers. Good times in Raptorland.
Good times. Great times in Raptorland, Ryker. And Pascal Siakam had a phenomenal game in this one. We'll get to him, but I gotta stir up some propaganda to start off this podcast. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 9 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line from our guy, our future star, better than Bam, the next Giannis, Precious Antetokounmpo Achua. Ryker, this guy is absolutely elite. This is why we have him trying out different things, hoisting up weird spin shots and stuff early in the season as the season's going along, because nights like this against a lockdown team in the Philadelphia 76ers, especially in the paint when you consider Joel Embiid's down there, the towers, they have some length, Matisse Thybulle coming in, tipping shots and all that sort of stuff. Precious looked like he was on a mission tonight, continues his super on fire streak post the All-Star break, knocking down some threes. This guy, man, he is elite for the Toronto Raptors right now. It's not the future. He's not a rising star. He's a current star right now for this Raptors squad.
Yeah. And the defense, Ben, down the stretch, because it was either guarding Harden or Embiid. And we were so worried about having a stopper for really both of those guys. Obviously, Harden's only recently come into the conversation when you're talking Philly, right? But Embiid was, I don't have the box score in front of me. He didn't have an MVP style game like we're used to him playing, Ben. And we didn't have to double him that much. There was a lot of kind of help defense that just came to try to jump the pass. But for the most part, guarding him down the low block was a lot of 1v1. And our guys, whether Precious or Scotty, they both did a really good job down there.
Yep. Well, Embiid tonight, still kind of a solid stat line, right? 21 points, 13 rebounds. But if you look at the efficiency, you look at, because he's an MVP caliber player. He's had a remarkable season, but 6 of 20 from the field there, Ryker. And James Harden, 5 of 12. They got absolutely nothing easy. Precious was down there. Boucher was down there, handling the rock, being the help side defense. Thaddeus Young, not the hottest box scorer by any means in his 19 minutes, 2 points, but 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and did a great job at just hustling for those boards. Even Kem Birch, for the 1 for 6 performance, he had minus 16. I thought he did a good job at just grabbing those boards, doing a good job, clogging that rim, clogging that paint for this Sixer squad, who obviously does a really good job at either crashing and kicking or just giving it to Joel and finishing on top of people. And the defense, right, we're going to talk about a bunch of players in this game that played well for the Raptors. The elite part of this game was the defensive end of the court. We came in, we locked down, and this is what's going to make us a threat in the playoffs. No, we don't have a guy necessarily just yet. We're going to be talking about a few players that could potentially go off on night in, night out on any given night. But consistently, we don't have a guy that's a Joel Embiid, a Jason Tatum, or that can reliably get you a 25 plus or something at that point. However, we got elite defense, and we have a squad of players that, they're hot some nights, cold some nights, but you're probably going to get a few of them play well, especially when we're healthy. But Ryker, I don't want to go too long without giving the praise to Pascal Siakam, because 26 points for him tonight, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and it was almost like a quiet game for Pascal, it felt like, because he's been doing this playing at this level so well lately, right? It's kind of getting glossed over, and there was a time when we'd say, oh, Pascal's playing against a good team. It's going to be a tough night. Going to be a tough outing, right? That's what he was sort of doing the past year or so, year and a half. He has risen to the occasion in the big games we've had this entire season, since December, since he's recovered from shoulder surgery. The growth of his game has been outstanding to watch.
Yeah, 100%. And read me that stat line again.
26 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. 10 of 20 from the field.
Yeah. And when were most of those points gotten, Ben?
Clutch time, baby.
Clutch time. I mean, what's the parallel between this year and last year, right? So I'm trying to pull up the box score myself here. Particularly to look at how disastrous our third was. 12 points total scored.
That was
and you're like,
third.
Is anybody going to get the ball going for us? And then, of course, we look to a bunch of guys, Pascal Siakam mainly, to really take advantage of some of the matchups against Tobias Harris. I think it was mostly Tobias Harris. They were trying to get Georges Niang switched on to him, but they were doing some good switches to get Harris back. And then Pascal Siakam
Siakam was bullying Niang whenever Niang was there. Alvin Williams.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to switch back.
Yeah. They had to at that point.
And it's games like this, big games against good teams, where last season we had all these criticisms that Pascal Siakam wasn't doing enough. But now we have Siakam doing all right. Precious Achiuwa with confidence to take shots. Like, he wants to be the number one option. And then Scotty Barnes and Boucher just ready to gobble up offensive rebounds.
Yep. Precious Achiuwa was out there at points tonight, waving people off like he did Desmond Bane in the Rising Star, saying, you know what, I can ISO Joel Embiid, one of the best big man center defenders in the NBA. It's nothing. He had one play too. I'll save it for the segments. But we got some wild stuff. And Chris Boucher tonight, stat line 12 and 14. Good game, good stat line, but his impact on the game-saving defensive play at the end of this one, right? Hustle plays left, right, and center. As you said, tipping in shots, getting offensive rebounds, the length, the timely rebounds, the hustle we're seeing from Chris Boucher. Played almost 40 minutes tonight, not even as a starter in this one. Chris Boucher doing this stuff off the bench, it's dire for the Toronto Raptors to have that one consistent player, and he's been that guy since, again, the first couple months of the season.
Yep, 100%, Ben. Oh, shoot. Well, I lost the box score.
You lost the ball.
Keep it going.
I thought you lost the Wi-Fi. I was going to just cut you off, but your audio's still coming through there.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you're good.
All right. Take it away, anyways. I'm discombobulated.
Well, get a little drum roll going for the discombobulation, because tonight, the Scotty Barnes Award. Now, everyone in the chat, they know. The chat knows that the criteria for this award, it's fluid. And tonight, it's going to the guy that took the most shots in this game. And tonight, Scotty Barnes, we want to see him shooting more. He had a plus-minus, 13.6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 of 21 from the field. A lot of those just shots didn't go down around the rim for Scotty Barnes, but I love the fact that he was aggressive, especially on a night where, the last game against the Lakers, phenomenal performance for Scotty. Bad ending, got the ball stripped from him, had a tough moment, and this one we'll talk about later in this podcast as well. However, I like that he was being confident, driving in the lane, no matter who's down there. Again, the Sixers are a phenomenal defensive team. And even though he's missing the shots, I wasn't discouraged by the performance tonight from Scotty Barnes.
No, a lot of the misses were bunnies, and he's been so good finishing around the rim this season, but particularly last couple of games. Ben, I thought you were going to say the Scotty Barnes Award is going to the man who picked James Harden's pocket like James Harden is some D-League call-up scrub that doesn't have two plays that he can draw on in his little crossover bag. And that steal too was back-to-back steals, 2 transition dunks, Precious and Scotty Barnes. Hope I'm not poaching an award, but Ben, that was the real catalyst that turned this game around too down the stretch, because it was a real close game for the whole fourth. Really fun.
Well, MVP, we said at the start of this one, it was the defense of the Toronto Raptors. Scotty Barnes had those buckets. Our star boy, Gary Trent Jr. in this one, was struggling from the field, right? 9 points in this one, 2 of 13, all that sort of stuff. And Armani Brooks came out, hit a couple of threes in this game late in the fourth quarter. And, I'm sure there was a few Raptors fans saying, hey, let's see Armani run it a little bit. We love Gary, but when he's struggling, he's a streaky guy, right? I'm pretty streaky myself when I'm playing hoop. Gary's obviously 1,000 times better, more consistent than I am, but the streakiness is there. I see those parallels. However,
is he?
Gary, maybe I'm pretty nice. The juice, but Ryker, Gary Trent Jr. for all the lows in this game, the reason he's so valuable and his potential is so high, which separates him from, your high volume scorers, is the defensive end of the court. Even when he struggles, he's always locked in on that end and picked the pocket down the stretch of this game, which was huge. And that level of engagement from this team, we're seeing it from everyone. You said it. Barnes, Gary, Precious had a crazy clutch possession, clamping down James Harden at the end of this one as well. Right, Siakam switched on to people. This, regardless of, we scored 93 points against a team that, since trading for James Harden, is averaging 118 points per game prior to this one, right? That's elite defense right there. So shout out the Toronto Raptors for out here hustling here tonight.
Shout out. Ben, it's time. We got to run the segments because there were a couple of really good plays in this one. We got to talk about them. What are you looking at?
Well, we got a super chat. I'm not sure the currency, but Diljit Singh Narwhal saying, trivia question. How many players other than Rookie of the Year Scotty Barnes have won the esteemed Scotty Barnes Award? And the list is rather small. I put it probably like 3 people.
I'm thinking it's 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's 3.
Gary's definitely won it once. OG's definitely won it once.
I think that's it. Maybe Boucher.
Boucher might have got it one night.
Maybe.
Listen. This is for people to exhaust their knowledge and run back the tape. How many times has Scotty Barnes not won, or how many other players have won the Scotty Barnes Award, the coveted Scotty Barnes Award? Ben,
the most important award, but we appreciate the super chat. Thank you. We appreciate it. I'm not sure what currency it is. Yeah, can you see this? Do you have the chat pulled up? You're a big banker guy. You should know the currencies of the world. But
I don't have the chat.
But you guys have that. So we appreciate it. But guys, tonight the one I can't even talk right now. The spicy Pele of the day. There are countless moments at the end of this one we got to talk about in this game, right? We talked about the steals, that the Raptors momentum swingers, all that sort of stuff. Ryker, do you have anything that really sort of caught your eye from down the stretch in this one?
Down the stretch of this game, there was obviously those 2 steals. I'm trying to think of the plays to close the game, Ben.
Spicy P himself, he was hitting some wild turnaround jump shots in this one, which was...
I really like, too, that hesitation that Gary Trent Jr. kind of split 2 or 3 guys when Embiid came up to try and hedge a screen, or maybe just to double Gary at the top, and just a nice hezzy blow by. It was wilding at the end, and there was a lot of frustration with the calls and stuff. It was a bit of a nail biter, Ben.
The end of this game was just absolutely wild. Was just cooking, right? Pascal Siakam, and I remember Matt Devlin back in the day, three seasons ago, right? The Raptors on the championship run. There were so many moments, calls out to the spins, right? Playing it out, and then obviously NBA Twitter got a hold of Pascal Siakam, and the spin move became a poor meme, right? Spinny P, the blade, used in a sort of condescending tone. But now that Pascal is back to top 10 player, Ryker, are we gonna throw that back out at people?
Top 10, better than Jason Tatum,
better than whoever, right? Pascal Siakam. We'll let the chat flame us for that one, but that's what we were arguing prior. But Matt Devlin's bringing back. He's calling it, what is it, not the dishwasher, the washer, the washer dryer, right? The spin and stuff there. We're getting positive Spinny P memes happening for the Raptors now at this point. So that's what you like to see. But Ryker, not all plays can be the spicy Pele of the day, and some just make you say, oh geez. And tonight, for as many spicy Peles that it could have went to, there probably is more OG's plays, because Scotty Barnes had a sweet looking no-look alley. Precious open underneath the rim. We see the vision from Scotty Barnes. Threw a little no-look alley-oop, taking a page. Once again, calling out my own game. No-look Ben Rogers alley-oop pass. Flamed it straight off the backboard. I'm surprised Precious didn't break a finger off that, squishing that alley-oop pass into there. Right? This was we'll throw the OGs too into the free throws if you want to sound off on that.
I had something that I wanted to sound off on, that I was thinking late 4th. This is going to be my OGs, but I can't remember. It was either a missed play or something that happened when the Raptors were on defense, but your play was pretty good as well. Flagrant, that was an interesting item to note.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was necessarily deserving of a flagrant. The other play that I thought was a little bit weird, that they blew off that foul they called James Harden coming across Gary Trent Jr. on that layup, but
Yeah.
then Pascal Siakam got fouled definitely on the putback, but then they couldn't review that. Those kind of
You're
things are
getting my
frustrating.
kazoo awards out,
Oh,
sir.
all right.
You're getting my kazoo
Say the
awards
kazoo
out.
and you repeat.
But there is a positive OGs in this one. Keep throwing out the OGs. This is our OG animation, Riker. The OGs animation. I think this is our first one. But Riker, Precious Achiuwa came in. I alluded to it earlier in this podcast. Came down the lane, explosive driving in, took some wild shots, right? I'll get the propaganda rocking. It deserves to be played tonight consistently. But you remember 2K11, 2K12? You come in, there was the leaning layup cheese. You know,
Yes.
you go in, you'd hoist up the leaning layup cheese. Precious Achiuwa channeled that inner animation that they had in those old 2K games. I've never seen that shot go in. I've seen it hoisted up a couple times in the NBA, you know, that same sort of animation. Over Joel Embiid. Knocked down a leaning layup cheese outside the key, Riker. That's how you know a guy's going to be elite.
How you know he's going to be a what?
Elite.
Elite. Fair enough,
Champion.
Ben.
Finals MVP. But, Riker, we also got some Golden Kazoo awards to sound off on, and we touched on a bunch in this podcast. The free throws won. They're looking tough. Scotty Barnes obviously had the turnover in the previous outing, right? That lost us the game, but you can't blame it on him because he scored 31 points and 17 rebounds. Scotty Barnes is absolutely elite. But tonight, missed 2 free throws down the stretch of this one. Precious split a free throw. Who else missed 2 more? We were like,
Gary?
Did Gary? I don't think Gary missed.
I thought Gary split, and then Pascal hit both.
No, Boucher split.
Remember-
Boucher split.
No, because Gary too. Gary got hacked. He fell down, and that was
That got
very
challenged.
frustrating.
That got that got reversed.
That wasn't the challenge.
That was the challenge. The James Harden throwing him to the ground.
No. I'm talking about the next possession. He was getting double teamed by somebody and Tobias Harris in the corner, and then Tobias Harris fouled him. He split those free throws.
Okay. Well, we had some missed free throws at the end of this game, which is tough. You thought, we gave the ball to Precious. I know he's having a good game, but he's a 50% free throw shooter. At least he hit the 50, but Scotty Barnes, that one's tough. But these are all growing moments for our guy Scotty, who has the confidence to bounce back from him. But the real true Golden Kazoo in this one, I see the kazoos. Tom Duke's throwing out the kazoos. Paul Blunt's throwing out the kazoos in the chat. James Harden out here, throwing an elbow right down the stretch. And also, the refs, at least they called that. They called that a flagrant. But you brought up a moment earlier, right? Gary Trent Jr. guts the steal, goes down the lane, gets blocked, fair enough. I thought it was a clean block. I tested it was a clean block. We get a shot up following. No whistle. There's a shot up. Pascal missed a putback. And then Boucher literally has the ball in his hand and is about to score, scores the basket in time. And they blow the whistle while Boucher is shooting. We're like, okay, Gary got thrown to the floor. And it wasn't a foul on James Harden. I'm not saying that. But 3 seconds prior, a good solid 3 seconds of game action prior, they call the foul. I know Gary went to the floor. There's chaos everywhere. So I get why the refs blew the whistle. But then, the challenge happens. And it wasn't a foul, right? It was a block. But we had a layup. Why are we jumping that basketball? You blew the whistle 3 seconds later. Play it as it went on. I don't know. Riker, what were your thoughts about this end of the game finish?
Well, yeah, but I think they replayed or challenged. They didn't challenge they challenged the play that wasn't blown as the foul. The foul was blown in my eyes, and exactly what you're saying, the time that Pascal Siakam was shooting or Chris Boucher had the ball. And if they reviewed that play, you're not overturning that because he got bumped. He got bumped under the basket and he made it. It'd be an and one, right?
We got about time in the chat saying, "Cheese those free throws." So you love to see that.
Jeez. All right, Ben. All right, it's time to get a bit weird and wild. Let's bring it into the final.
We want to see what the chat is saying. Woo, 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 woo. That's right. The final alarm has sounded. And we want to see what you guys have to say about this game. And as is tradition, Let's get a little like spike going. 400 people in this chat right now. How we feeling about the Toronto Raptors? How we feeling about this game? Get the likes going. 400 people. Let's get this to 400 likes, Ryker. Let's go till we get 400 likes. 1 a.m. here, but James Harden missing the 2 free throws at the end. That was the, Alvin Williams saying on the call, Rasheed Wallace, ball don't lie, right? Harden he gets some calls, man, that are tough.
Yeah, 100%. And when you've been in the league, you get the benefit of the ref's whistle sometimes, especially when you're in, certain markets than others. It's the way that it is. And I'll be the number one ref apologist, but there is some things that I can't apologize for, Ben. Right? Weird whistles is definitely one of them. Sus whistles. It shouldn't be a tongue twister, but had my tongue twisted there.
Tonight.
Sus whistles.
To be fair, I thought throughout the game we got some calls that were pretty our favor, but down the stretch it was tough. So not gonna flame. Yeah, I'm apologizing for the referees. Now, Connor Westcott saying 2024-2025 MVP, Precious Achiuwa.
Yes, facts.
Easy. Did Scotty Barnes win the Scotty Barnes Award? Like Spike, you'd love to see that. Here comes the ref apologist. Love to see the ref apologist pulling up. Embiid has Raptor nightmares from about time. He's still shook. He's still shook. But even without Marc Gasol, Ryker, we're clamping up Joel.
Listen, every year we're clamping him up, and the guys required to clamp are getting smaller and smaller, which is a good thing for Toronto because it means we can keep him out there, right? We don't have to be like LA or even Philly, who have these big bigs on the deep bench that you can only play for 5-6 minutes per game. Yep.
DeAndre Jordan on the squad now. Y'all forgetting Boucher's huge tonight. Phantom Raptor X. We not forgetting about Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher is our guy. Love to see it. Woo, woo, woo. From Tom Duke. Love to see it. LF is asking, how's Jenny, Ryker? I see you peeking at your phone a little bit there throughout this podcast.
Oh, yeah. There's, yeah, drama.
On that note, Gary Trent Jr., the most streakiest scorer.
On that note, the most dramatic player.
The most streakiest scorer in the league. I would agree with that, Hattie. Is he the Raptors GOAT? He's the Raptors GOAT, but it's definitely streaky.
Yeah, he doesn't lose his confidence. At least he's not hanging his head on the nights that he's missing shots, right? He's taking the exact same shot every night. He's still being creative with the ball, right? He had a pretty bad game. He had 7 points, and he still goes and splits the defense, puts up a floater in the lane.
9 points.
He had 9 points at that point. At that time.
Yep.
I think he had 7. He split the defense. He got hacked in the lane. He made 1 of 2 free throws, and then he got his other 1 of 2 free throws when he got fouled by Tobias Harris at the end of the game. I think that's how he got his 9 points.
You got it locked in. Yeah. So we got Gary Trent Jr., the Raptors GOAT, of course, on this pod. But how far can we see the Bulls fall? Fanfiction Pop-Tart. We're hoping the Bulls are good. And Boucher owns the Sixers as well. Connor Westcott. Boucher's been killing it against the Philadelphia 76ers. He saw Dwight Howard last year, right? Got a little bit shook last season. This season said, you know what? No Dwight Howard in these jerseys. I got to make up for it. So you love to see that from Chris Boucher. Right, balling out. I'm a bit behind on the chats. We're ranting on them all. But, oh my. Paul Blunt saying special guest Mr. Clean joining Ben tonight. You got the beard kind of coming back.
Well, what happened was I shaved the head like I always do, but I also shaved the beard, and I didn't realize that when the color is just all white, it's a bit much. It's a bit of an eyesore.
Hey, you got the white shirt. You're looking good, bro. You're looking good. You got the flex going.
I do. Mr. Clean's, he's the big guy too, right?
Getting swole with the squad. Jeez. Look at this guy flexing. I don't have the hoodie. I'm looking small compared to you, sir. I got my cardio game. Actually, I've been switching up the workout scene. Every hour, 50 push-ups throughout the workday. 50 push-ups and 20 curls. It's busted out, right? It's a vibe.
Not bad.
But Sixers are trash now. They're nice. They're nice. And apparently the Philly announcers were salty and sad. Ryker, Were you watching what stream? Were you watching this on Raptor stream or?
Yeah, I was on the TSN or the Sportsnet broadcast.
Nice. Okay, I think I'm
Yeah.
skipping over stuff. I don't know where I'm at in the chat. I'm gonna go to the bottom. I apologize if I'm skipping over comments. But we made Crybead cry back in 2019. That's tough. And no, Gary was 5 of 5 from the line tonight. Riker, or 5 of 6. 5 of 6. So the split could still be there. And that's what's happening. Clink clink. Get the Mr. Clean memes coming. Who's the best at basketball in the Raptors Digest crew? Asked Scooby Doo. Are we including everyone in the squad? Or?
He's not. He's pretty good though. He's
nice.
He's a hustler. He's a grinder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ben's the most skilled for sure. I'm less confident now that I have like 60 pounds on you that you could actually defend.
One-on-one, it might be tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if it was a game situation and you're like, who's gonna lead a team? Ben, for sure.
We out here. No, I've been getting those gym times. I played 3 times last week, sir. I'm
Ben's
in a
nice.
rhythm.
Check out his hoop mixtape.
Hoop mixtape, Ben Rogers High School mixtape on YouTube. Check it out. See the note passes. I'm always plugging that on here. But Mr. Clean takes. We got a lot of stuff happening in this chat right now. The gun show. People are liking the muscle. You're looking swole, sir.
Thank you.
Looking
Appreciate that.
Fresh. But
I've been trying.
yeah, it's showing. It's showing on the squad. But Raptors signing Ayton in the offseason. I don't believe in Birch just yet. If we can get Ayton on the squad, I think we're a championship team. Like, that's the only way I'm putting it.
How are we going to get DeAndre Ayton? Oh, what are your thoughts on somebody Brooks? Armani Brooks?
Armani Brooks.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? He hit a 3 today?
He's been struggling he's a guy. You looked at him prior to coming to the Raptors, 3-point sniper, fire guy, all that sort of stuff. And what's impressed me most about Armani Brooks is the hustle on the D, the energy, he made some nice passes and stuff. And tonight, finally hit a couple threes to go down. I won't mind, we gave him a second 10-day. I'd like to see him probably finish out the season with the squad.
Because the thing is, he gets the ball and doesn't put a hint of pressure on the defense. Like, he's not trying to dribble. He's not trying to attack the basket in any way.
Yep.
Gets the ball, looks around, passes. So as soon as the ball goes to him, basically the offense resets. So it's like, you got to train him. You got to give him a little bit more coaching so he can at least have a jab across something and then open up his 3-point shooting a bit. Because if he's a sniper like everybody says he is, he could be pretty nice on this team.
Yep. Well, he hit a couple threes tonight. Who would you rather see play? Because Justin Champagne's been down in the G League.
Yeah.
Champagnie Poppy or Armani Brooks?
I don't know enough about Armani Brooks' game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no.
It's he averaged 11 points per game last season, which is pretty solid. Obviously, Champagnie, I think, has shown a little bit more on the defensive end. Obviously, he's a better rebounder, but Armani, in theory, is a better 3-point shooter, just what people are saying and stuff. Tonight went 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Hustles on the defense, I don't know. It's an interesting sort of comparison there. We'll see how the Raptors go for it because we need to either convert Champagnie's 2-way contract to an actual contract in order for him to be able to play this season in the playoffs, or we just fully sign on Armani Brooks, which is going to be probably a tough decision for Nick Nurse and Masai Ujiri in the squad.
Yeah, probably. Well, it seems like we always pick the wrong ones. Throw back to Sam Decker.
Shout out Sam Decker. Shout out Ishmael Wainwright. Hope they're doing well. They would come. I were saying he's good at rebounding. Yeah, it's Armani just seems like there's like a level he can get to. You know what I mean? There's more to him than what we've seen. But he's been good. But folks, you guys are the best for making it this far. 1:30 a.m. here right now, Riker. As I
That's crazy.
Let you do.
What's with this late game?
Yeah, what
is the reason for that?
That's a true golden kazoo tonight for the Philadelphia Raptors Philadelphia scheduler, whatever you want to call the folks that make the times of the games. 2 East Coast teams playing at 10 p.m. Newfoundland time. Get out of here.
What's up with that?
With this shenanigans, right? We got all that stuff happening. Got a Giorgio Armani chat. If he gets signed full time, we'll make a Giorgio Armani animation for the squad. But you guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, all of that cool stuff. lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening at the Digest. Join the channel memberships. All that cool stuff. If you are a diehard Blue Jays fan, can speak and stuff, reach out to us, raptorsdigest@gmail.com. Reach out to us on Instagram. Reach out to Ryker or myself personally on the DMs. We're looking for someone to potentially cook up a little Blue Jays Digest sort of thing happening. So we got our guy Keegan looking for a partner to come in. We've had some people. So if you're interested in the Jays, you know people who are interested in the Jays, tell them to reach out. Riker, I think I've given enough time to get those last words dialed up. You have any last words on this Toronto Raptors performance against the Philadelphia 76ers?
And what can I say except man is mystery and it needs to be unraveled. And if you spend your whole life unraveling it, don't say that you've wasted time. Cheers.